Hi everybody, welcome to the show. So I was sitting here this morning and trying to figure out what I could do to um, be able to charge my phone at the same time as using it to do live streams and things like that. And so I started looking on Amazon, Best Buy, a couple other places, and the cheapest I could find on a stand was like 10, $15. That's expensive. I'm just going to try and get my chat up. So Emily had said that she wasn't going to be able to do the live stream tonight because she's got a lot of things on her plate right now, and she is trying to get some things done for tomorrow morning. So hopefully everything works out for her and she gets it all fixed up and finished. So I figured while I was making this photo stand, I would come on here. Yeah, you may not be interested, but it's a chance for us to chit chat and for me to get some viewing hours and to hopefully, try and get my subscription up a little bit so that we can do those giveaways. So just going to wait a few more minutes to see if anybody comes in before I show anything more and start this up. Just trying to get all the guck and everything. So this was my first solution, which is the different clips, but it doesn't work and the phone is constantly tipping over. So yeah, I nixed that idea. So they're going back to being just plain paper clips. Sorry, I got something. It's like something stuck to my desk. So if you guys want to play along with me, what you're going to need is any bottle about the size of your phone. So this is my phone. So if you look, it's almost the same size as the phone. You are going to need a bottle with the cap, of course. And you're going to need your X-Acto knife, pair of scissors, and your glue gun. Oh, and a CD used CD that you no longer want to use or you're about to throw away. So basically, garbage stuff. Okay. Let's just get another. I used up all the paper towels on my desk. Oh, and I got to plug in my because otherwise we're not going to have anything to glue this with. It's stuck. All right, there we go. All right, so we're just going to give it a few more minutes to see if anybody else shows up. And if worst comes to worst, I'll just make it for anybody that will catch it on the replay. Okay. I did make a nice, beautiful hot cup of coffee. I think I'm overdoing it a little bit today with coffee, but go back to my normal 2 cups tomorrow. Isn't that what we always say? All right, so we're going to give it a few more minutes. It is now 35 after. So this is the one that I attempted and I made this morning. As you can see, it's made out of the bottom half of the pop bottle, except that it ended up getting warped. I don't know how well you can see the warp. I'm still going to use it, and it adds to the charm. Except, yeah, it got warped when I tried to rush and heat up. See? And heat up the speeding time on the gesso. so that I can paint this thing. So this time around, I'm going to try not to make the same mistake because I do need a second one for upstairs in the bedroom. So I figured this one works so well that I'm just going to make a second one. So see, it works perfectly and it doesn't tip. See how it doesn't tip and it doesn't move. Whereas if you use this one, which is your paperclip one, every time I try to just move it, it just tips right over and falls over. And the other thing is with this one here, you can't put your charger in. With this one, I made a special hole on the side of it so that if I need to quickly plug my charger in, because I don't have another charger, and to buy another charger of these, because it's the Logitech or whatever company this is, their fast rapid one, another charger is going to cost me like 30 bucks. So I said, yeah, no. So one charger is enough. I just carry this with me everywhere. So there, basically, goes back in, and it stays pretty much, and it doesn't move, and it doesn't tip over, which is what the biggest key is. So I guess putting the bottom of the CD on that actually worked, and it's perfect eyesight so that if I'm working and doing different things on my mat, I'll still be able to see chat. And also, it's good for my nightstand because at the same time, if I want to watch a movie or anything, I could just unplug it like that, tip it over, and it does the same thing going the opposite direction. Maybe not as well, though. Didn't check on that one. So maybe for the one upstairs, I may have to. No, it's still okay. And then plug it in, and there you go. So it holds just as well if you want to watch it on the side view. So for now, we are going to put it in here, and we are going to get started. Some of my mods will be in. I know it's a Sunday afternoon, and I know Stacy Evans from Pink Poodle Crafts has her auction coming up in a couple hours. So I want to make sure that I get finished in plenty of time. So I'm just going to leave that there, and we're going to leave it plugged in because the other night I made the mistake of doing a live stream with Emily, and my phone went completely dead. So yeah, I want to kind of try and prevent that. So the first thing you're going to do is wash, of course, and completely dry your bottle. And I am just, even though it's been sitting in the drainage now for the last couple hours, it looks like it didn't completely. So to give myself a rough idea, my phone height is, let's see here, my phone height is roughly 6 1/4 inches, and I want to make the back about, on this one here, I made it roughly 2.5 inches. So I'm going to take, this is going to be always the same. So no matter which way you look at it, the bottom here where the bottle meets, keep that as is. So you're going to go about 3 inches from this line in here. And that's where you're going to cut it. So I'm just going to make any mark. Actually, no. I'm going to do it a little bit differently this time. I'm going to actually make it where I want to cut. So I'm going to measure it this time. So, because the last time I didn't measure it and the cut came out all wonky. So let's go with 3 inches all the way around. Let's make a nice, beautiful mark. And you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be precise. I just want it to be that way. Hi, Lise. So how are you doing today, my friend? Oh, and just to let everybody know that's bought things from my last auction with Emily, the weather has been really horrible this weekend. They're still trying to clear up all the snow from the storm a couple of days ago. So I'm hoping during the week, this week, I'll be able to get to the post office to get everything mailed out. All right, so that's going to be pretty okay. I mean, this is not going to be perfect, and it's probably going to still go wonky, but hey, I tried. Oh, glad to hear. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put pressure on here, being careful, and just cut it all the way through so I can get that bottom part off. Now there's a lot of different tutorials. This is not my idea. I did watch about 10 different tutorials this morning with different plastic bottles, but this one was the one that kind of looked like it was going to have the most success, and it did. All right. Using a pair of scissors now, and it's decided it doesn't like me right now, which is about new. I am making a phone stand. So for those of us that can't afford the $20 on a decent phone stand that will stand up and you can use your charger, this is an idea to use garbage stuff that is, you know, in other words, going to be in our landfill, to use it to make it to something that's useful. So in a way, it's trash to treasure. But I was sitting here this morning and I made one and I loved it so much that I figured, okay, I'd come on here and I'd show you guys how I did it. And I don't like these scissors. I mean, the other ones. All right. I like these ones a little bit better. Yep. Hi, Mike. Yeah, like I was telling Lise, I was sitting here this morning trying to figure out, because with me doing so many lives with Emily, my phone is constantly going dead when I'm watching chat and stuff, and that's what's happened the last couple of times. But every time I try and plug it in, then I can't see my phone because I need it to be standing up. So I figured if I mean, you know, I wanted to buy one, but it's like when I looked at Amazon, the cheapest, if I wanted to wait 6 to 8 weeks, I'm looking at $10. And if I wanted it like an instant delivery, we're looking at 20. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I started watching the different videos on what I could use to make it. Most of it was made out of wood. Well, yeah, I'm not that great with wood and a saw, and I don't have scrap wood lying around. And if I did, yeah, that would be a totally different story. So I figured this will be the next best solution. So this is not my idea. Like I said, just search it up. Phone stand made out of plastic. That's all you need to do. Or just follow what I'm doing. So again, you're going to need a plastic Pepsi bottle or whatever drink bottle, but something made out of plastic with the top preferably. You're going to need the top. You're going to need a CD and then some things to decorate with. And that's basically it. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I know Emily always has a hard time hearing me, so I just want to make sure that you can hear me okay. All right, so now because I couldn't and I didn't want to fool around with this, I said, you know, I'm not going to bother with that piece, trying to peel it off, but it's going to be cut off anyway, so. Okay, so the next thing, once you have the bottle cut about 3 inches from the bottom section in here, you are going to find the middle. Thanks, Mike. So what I did is I put it on my mat, or you can use a ruler, but I find the mat's a lot easier, and find my halfway point. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's going to be just over the 5-inch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, just over the 5. Okay, doesn't have to be exact. It's just to give you an idea of where your markings are. See, doesn't have to be exact. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so put that mark back to there, and put that mark over here. Oop, okay, so this is not going to work because I want that part. Okay, so get rid of that mark. I'm not going to worry about it. All right, so let's try this again. And this time let's do it a different way. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Now it worked. Yep, and there. All right, so once you have those two, the next step you're going to do is go to, yeah, I think it looks straight. I mean, there are easier ways of doing this, but who cares? Doesn't matter. All right, so the next thing to do is to take your ruler and go again up against, there's like a butt thing here. And fight two markings. So you're going to do it here. Okay, and just kind of put a mark. Try to go straight. This one's decided it doesn't want to go straight. There we go. And then same thing on the other side. Okay, so you've got your two markings. So you've got one mark there, and then going around, you've got the second mark there. Now, what you're going to do next, and I can see that my line went totally off. At least this one did. Okay, so this one I'm going to adjust. That's still not right. See, because I'm doing it on camera today, it's decided it doesn't like me. You know, isn't that always the case? All right. There we go. Now it looks right. Good enough. We'll adjust it if we need to afterwards. So then once you have the two initial markings, you're going to go about the width of your phone. So my phone is about a ½ inch. So I am going to make two more markings. Sorry, no, it's wrong. Okay, so now that you've got those two lines in there, you are going, on the bottom line, you're going to mark it at 1½ inch at the bottom approximately. So you're going to go and try and press in. There we go. Okay, so there's your 1½ marks. And you'll see why we need, sorry. So this is going to go, and then it's going to go at the 1 inch mark. So 1½ and 1 inch. Same on the other side. 1 inch, 1½ and now you are going to take your ruler from the mark, top of the mark of the line that you made that's straight, and you are going to mark it on a slant from this to this. So from here to here. Like that. That's the way it's going to look. Now do the same thing on this side from here to here. Okay. Okay. Now the next one is you're going to take the second mark, which is your ½ inch, and I guess I should mark a ½ inch here too. Okay. Okay, and then you're going to do another line that lines these two up. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. There you go. Yeah, so I had to verify a little bit so that when you put it in, see how the markings are? So you have a slant going this way and a slant going that way. So just to give you an idea of what this looks like, this is the one that I already made. See? So see how it varied and it came into a slant and then it was cut down here all the way through so that when you put the phone in, it holds this way. So just to let you know, that's the way it's going to hold. And then the little hole in the bottom here is to thread your charger. I only have the one charger. I don't have extras. So I usually carry the charger everywhere I go. And I like this one because of the fact that it doesn't tip over. I was showing early in the video, the first one that I had made was made out of paper, the paper clips holder. But as I found out the other day, you can't really put a charger on it. It keeps tipping over. So I went looking for another solution. All right, so now you're going to take your scissors and you are going to cut along those two slanted lines that you made. So this is the first one, all the way up to this part here where it has that little notch in there. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, same on this side. Okay, and then just take your plastic piece and bend it over where you finished the cut, just so that you know, and then cut it. Not a very good cut. There we go. Try to get it as much as in there as you can. Okay, so same with this other spot. All right, so now what you're left with is basically, I don't know how well you can see it, but you've got, see how it's opened over here? Got the line here, and then it's open this way here, and you've got that flap right here. You're going to take and you're going to cut about ½ an inch off, and there you go. So there's your ½ an inch opening. Now if you look, just to test it out, and there's your phone. And of course you can make this a little bit wider if you wanted to. So now because my phone is, this part here is a little bit too high, I am going to take it and I'm going to cut it down just a bit more. Now I'm also realizing that this part might be a little bit too in, so I'm going to go a little bit more. And actually, I don't know if that's going to work, but we'll see. I should have made it a little bit more to the side, but that's okay. Okay. Nothing is perfect in crafting, as they say, right? And if it doesn't work, I'll go hunting and searching for another bottle and start over again. There we go. And my phone's decided to shut off. Yeah, the CD is going to be the base, and I'll show you how to do it. Okay, there we go. It's a lot better. So now it still gives you that base, and it still holds in pretty good. So there we go. All right, so now putting this back in, show you the next step. And I'm gonna have to adjust that one because I might have cut that one a little bit too tight too. Okay, so just getting cleaned up all this stuff. All right, and don't worry about these lines and everything else. It's gonna get all covered up when you paint it. I mean, you don't have to, but I tend to paint everything. There we go. Okay, so now take the cap off because remember I asked, you kept the cap, and this is going to be your CD base, as Mike says. Now, I need to make one slight adjustment because it stuck to my mat earlier. So I don't want the same thing happening. So I'm just going to push this piece over a bit, which is my Mod Podge mat. And I meant to do that earlier and I forgot. So I just need a small piece. As you can see, everything gets dropped on there. So I am going to, yeah, you can still see it. It's kind of really hard in camera, but in focus, but you can see it. So first thing I'm going to do is I had my hot glue gun charging. So on the bottom, this part here, you're going to put quite a bit of glue. And you'll see why you want to use a non-stick mat as opposed to the glass mat. And there you go. And just let it sit for a minute or two, holding down the pressure. No, I need to buy the Sure Bonder, Mike. This one is a AdTech Project Pro High Temp, and it's got the little tiny nozzle as well. But everybody tells me I need to switch to the Sure Bonder, which is going to be my next biggest purchase. So as you can see, I've left it on the craft mat for a few minutes until it dries, because when I pick it up, it's going to be flat on the bottom. When I left it on the craft mat and took it off a few minutes later, it stuck to the craft mat, and it was a fight to get it off. Yeah, the Sure Bonder Mini Pro is the one that I'm going to go for next. Amazon has it. I believe it's $26.99 if I'm not mistaken. So I had some other things to pay off this month, so it's going to have to wait. All right, so now very carefully lifting it up. See how now it's nice and flat. You can't even tell that there was a hole there. See, whereas on this one, when I did the mistake earlier, it ended up, I put just glue dots to keep it secure, but it's all wonky in here. So they say you learn from your mistakes. Yeah, the white one I'm going to get. I think that's the color. So now, normally you can leave it like this. It works just fine. So I'm just going to show you. Screw the cap back in. Okay. And there's your stand. So just to prove. And there you go. And very unlikely it's going to move. I mean, it's going to wobble a little bit, but on the most part, it's stable. So the next step I'm going to do, I want to make it a little bit more stable to make sure. All right. I had done, these are just water bottle caps that I had spray painted a while ago and don't know what to do with it. So I figured, hey, why don't I make little feet for this? No, and that's exactly it, Mike. It's not worth the money. You know, it's you spend so much money on all these different products and it's not worth it. Yeah, I have the big huge one too, and I very rarely, unless I'm doing a big huge item, I very rarely break out my big one. So with all these, I'm just going to take a little bit of glue and I'm just going to start making little feet for this. And this is just, you don't have to do this. I just figured to make it a little bit nicer. And it uses this stuff up. And it doesn't go into our landfill. Yeah, I'm like you, Mike. Wherever I can save some money, I will. And that's why I figured, why spend $20 on a phone stand when I can easily make it and save the materials from going into our landfill? So I may have to go get some more bottle cups because I think I spray painted like 20 of them and I pulled 10 of them out. I don't know, maybe it might be enough. Yeah, it's enough. Yeah. So then just press it down. So that it's off. See, now it doesn't wobble anymore. That middle one. And there you go. And there is your phone stand. And of course, me being a crafter, I want to beauty this up. So there's your phone stand to begin with. And it's not wobbly and it's easily turnable if you need it. Manual turning, of course, but who cares? Okay, so what I want to do is I want to grab some gesso, and I'm done with the glue gun, so I'm going to unplug it. And let's beauty up this thing. Hi, little C. How you doing today, Carrie? Okay. So Emily couldn't join us today. She had a project and some things that she had to take care of. So I am here in her stead. And I'm just going to give this a nice, beautiful coat of paint. Oh, gesso now, because this is all plastic and shiny. And yeah, I want it to stick. So gesso first. And one quick note, when you're drying this, don't put your heat gun close to it. That's why I'm ending up making a second one, because I put the heat gun a little bit too close to the plastic and it melted it. Yeah, not good. And a lot of you guys might think it's a crazy idea, but you know what? This is 3 less items that our landfill doesn't have to have. My daughter started laughing when she saw it this morning. She goes, "Mom, you're crazy." I'm like, "Yep." She goes, "Anything to save $1." I'm like, "Yep." Why not? Okay, that didn't quite work. I have to fix that back up again. May not have put enough glue on that one. Oh, good. I plug the heat gun back in a minute. Plug the, how do you call it? The glue gun. Glue gun. Glue gun. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay, I will do that, Emily. Lise, I'll do that. I can make a few up and see if people want to buy it. I mean, it's a stupid idea, and if anything, I'll only sell it for $1 plus whatever the shipping is to you. So I mean, but and I've got plenty of CDs. The CD part is not the problem. I got lots. I got more than I need to make at least quite a bit of them. I mean, if you guys want to order one right now, Lise, you've got an order pending, and a few other people. You want one? $1 plus shipping. I'll even just add it into your order. I think I've got a couple of bottles lying around. I don't know how wide your cell phone is, but I'm going to assume it's about the same as mine, because most people have the same size. All right, so now I'm just going to leave that down this time. All right, and plug my camera back in. All right, so the thing is back on. I'll do the bottom. What color would you like, Lise? I can do a white base with pretty much any color. Oh my God, Mike, thank you very much. I forgot to do the part for the cord. I will do so as soon as I get the first layer of gesso dry. I forgot to cut the hole. I forgot to cut the hole. So basically, well, I can't touch it right now. I'm gonna let it dry first. I'll show you in a minute. And this time, make sure you're, I mean, you can let it air dry if you wanted to. Just for speed service thing, just make sure you don't get your camera too close or your heat gun too close, because that's what I did earlier and it melted it. Purple? Okay, purple it is, Lise. Let me get my hands on some more bottles, because unfortunately I think I've got some more up in my bedroom. Hi, Vanessa. I figured I'd come on here quickly and show you guys how to make this. And Lise, you gave me a great idea. So if anybody wants to buy one, it's $1 plus shipping. Or you can make it yourself like I just showed. But I mean, I'm going to be also upcycling it. So if you want embellishments and things like that added to it, just let me know. It'll be a little bit more. I could use my stash up. But I know a lot of you crafties can come up with wonderful ideas on how to do it. Yeah, Lise, I can put it into, actually, yeah, I could try putting it into your envelope. Like I said, it's just something to keep out of the landfills. And I mean, it might be a crazy idea, as my daughter says, Mom, you're crazy. All right. So this might smudge, but we'll give it a shot. Okay, so yeah, so it's not quite dry. This part here might need to be dried a bit more. Yeah, exactly, Mike. That's exactly what I'm saying. Is I can do like the base white gesso or base black. They choose base, the black base or the white base, but not. I don't have enough caps though. It'll be just with the CD and the bottle itself. All right. So now the one thing, Mike, as Mike pointed out, I forgot to mention. So what you're going to do is at the bottom here. So if you look at my phone, when I put it in a slight slant, the charger part, if you look, the charger part comes out to just about here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your X-Acto knife and you're going to make a square just big enough. And I'm going to, okay, I can't do it now. I should have done it beforehand, but just big enough for the charger to fit through. And try to line it up in the middle here. Okay, and just cut out a square. Let's see where I put it. I don't have, I was thinking of using, like you can use a hole punch or one of those things, but I don't have one that's long enough. All right. There we go. Take it. And there's your hole. Wacky, but hey, whatever works. Yeah, I mean, you can use pretty much everything, but this one didn't come out too well. That's because I did it afterwards, but you could see that now there's where your charger would go in. So on the current one, I will then put the charger through and it comes through. Now, you can also, before you do all of this, if you have an extra charger, okay, you can also thread it through here so that it permanently stands up there. I mean, it's going to be floppy and stuff, but I mean, you can make it into a permanent. I only have the one charger and it's a C one. So it's not the micro ones that you can pretty much buy at every corner store. So these ones are pretty expensive because they're brand new, and this one's the rapid charger. So I'm just going to plug it back in. And I shut my phone off again. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, you could use any different ways so that the charger thing comes through there, and you could string it through here. I just didn't do it that way because to me, um, I just didn't want it bulkier. So this is just something quick and fast that I came up with. I mean, if you look on YouTube, there were thousands, literally thousands of different videos. I just wanted one that would stay straight. My charger came up the front, easily for me to take out and walk away with the phone. So I'm going to, yeah, I hate Jessa. All right, give this a second coat. And like I said, it's just something for us to be able to keep out of the landfill. That's it. That's basically it. Because I don't know about you, I don't drink too much pop, but I know some people drink tons. See, and as you can see, the heat from the heat gun did melt it a bit, but not as bad as the other one. So the weather is finally clearing up, and I should be able to, most of the packages are all done, with the exception of the commission piece. That one I'm still working on. And I had to do some changes to it because the original paper that I had chosen was not looking good with it. So, but I'm sure that she'll love it once it's done. And if she doesn't, oh well, no big deal. And another one came off. See, it's not, it's because I'm putting too much pressure on the bottom. No big deal. Let's do that one again. It's not the same one, so it's because I'm putting, it's because I'm working with it. Normally, if it would just be sitting here, it's not going to come off like this. There we go. All right. All right. All right, let's give it a second shot, and this time I'm going to be well away from it. And hopefully it does not. Nope. It's so much for wearing a white shirt. It's reminding me of a half a champagne glass. You know, a champagne glass that you broke. All right, thanks, Lise. Huh, no, I don't know. I didn't check it, Vanessa. I just figured I'd do it like this. But yeah, that's definitely an idea. And I mean, you can pretty much use any kind of bottle. It doesn't necessarily have to be a Pepsi bottle. You know, from what I found, the pint sol bottles, especially the ones that you get from the dollar store, are small enough. You just want one that when you put the bottle up against your phone, it's the same width. All right, so now I'm going to do just the outside of the caps on the bottom there because you can still see them. So just this part here. Just enough. You don't have to do the whole bottle cap. Just enough so that you don't see the different color pink. I didn't have any more white ones, so No problem, Lise. I'll take care of it after this live stream. And my hands are going to be all black again. Woohoo! Luckily, this is just gesso. It'll come right off. It's not ink. I hate getting black on my ink, on my black ink on my hands. Ends up all over the place. I never thought of that, Mike. But yeah, square any kind of bottle would work. The whole point of it is as long as you make the slits that you cut in an angle. That's the whole thing. Just put it on an angle. All right. I'm going to hit with the heat gun. And again, stay away from me. Okay, and I got to restart my phone because that's why it's not catching up with all the different streams or with your comments. Let's clear everything and it's find my stream again. Here it's YouTube. See, I'm even touching it. It's wobbling, but it's not tipping over like the one with the paper clips we're doing. I'll have to experiment with that one, Mike, to see about those boxes and stuff like that. I'm not quite sure if you're talking about the ones that you buy that has the loose teas in it, the loose bags of tea. I'm assuming those are the ones you're talking about. So I'm just drying it up. There we go. And this is how I got into trouble the first time by getting too close with the heat gun, and I ended up melting the side. No, like the square bottle. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay, I will buy a few of those, Mike, and I'll try out the idea. I know exactly which bottles you're talking about now. Yes, the square ones, the ones pure leaf. Yes. Okay, give me a moment, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to go and wash the brush and wash my hands. That way it doesn't stick and ruin the brush. Okay, another brush done. Yes, please. Really appreciate the thumbs up. Lets me know you guys are enjoying this live stream. If you guys have any other suggestions too, certainly let me know. I just basically do things that I myself would use. Okay, so I can pull this back now. All right. All right, so what I figured I would do, just to kind of give it a little bit of a, I have this, not sure what the heck you call it, but it's some kind of round beads on a string. I paid $1 for it. I was going to use it for Christmas time, but never got around to it. So I figured I would do it and then put it along the base, like that. What do you think? Put it along the base, just to kind of give it, like wrap it around and around. Got to use this up somehow. I didn't really want to use lace because, yeah, lace is going to dirty up very fast. A lot more than that. It looks like it might be stuck. Ah, we got it. We got it. There we go. All right. So hopefully it's enough. I'm not going to cut it just yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start it on the inside and go just round and round. I think one layer would look really good. Just need some extra. Okay, some more over there afterwards. May have to go find some more. Just yet. Patience, Mike. Patience. No, I bought it at a thrift store that there's a scrapbooking store just near another store, another place that I go to, which is about 45 minutes in the opposite direction of Class Act. And right near there, there's just a little town thrift store. It's not a Salvation Army. It's not a name brand, but it's someplace where they do all their recycling. And I got lucky. And then a little bit later, after I show this and let it dry, I'll show you what I ended up buying yesterday. I spotted it. And I was like, ooh, good idea. All right, so. And And by the way, I'm still looking for that spatula that you guys keep saying it's to use. It's the Betty Crocker spatula. Yeah, so far I've had no luck. I've found the big ones, but I can't find the little tiny ones. So it is on my buying list, just no luck yet. All right, I don't like the way it looks, so I'm going to cut it. Or yeah, that's better. There we go. So just to show you what I did, rather than make it a continuous, I did the first layer that way. And then I'm starting the string again. And I'm putting it in the middle as opposed to right next to it. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Won't do it that way. Okay, so it won't work that way. So we're going to have to put it. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay, second row is done. And again, just around the pearls. Okay, good. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, nobody's going to be judging you by what you make. You're not going to be selling it for thousands of dollars that people have to give a critique. It's just something that's functional, made out of waste. There we go. That may not have had enough. Exactly, Vanessa. Exactly. The whole point is to do as much recycling as we can. The next idea I know, and I haven't found a craft idea yet as to what I can do with all my K-pods for the Keurig machine. All of it calls for, I mean, there's a couple of things and small things, but I really haven't figured out what to really do with them and on a small scale, other than using it to start seeds or to, you know, little beads and things like that. Because I go through, or we go through at least, let's see, 3 times 5 is 15, 18, 21 pods a week. So with 2 of us drinking coffee every day. And before you say it, I cannot stand a percolator, so I am never switching back. As long as I can afford the K-Pods, I'm going with that. I like my dark roast. My daughter likes her medium roast. And I hate coffee that has been sitting there. It drives me nuts. I am so happy when Keurig came out with their machines. Actually, I fell in love with the Tassimo first because the Keurig was just being introduced at that time. And then the Keurig came out, and Tim Hortons had a huge promotion giving away, if everybody stood in line for a certain amount of time, you would get a free, no, actually it was the Tassimo. So I got my free Tassimo, and just after I got my free Tassimo, the Keurig company came out with their machines. Exactly, Mike. Exactly. Give me my strong coffee and make sure it's got lots of caffeine in it. These, I'll send you a yard if you want it for $1. Because, yeah, I'm never going to use this much. I think that last one didn't glue in too well. There. There we go. You got it working. Coming out a little wonky, but who cares? It'll look good in the end. All right, so the next one started here, just to cover up that boo-boo. Another one. I'm running low. Gotta go find the other. I know I've got more sticks somewhere. Just gotta go find them. I think it's gonna need this row and maybe one more. Yeah, I was at the doctor's, as you guys all know. I put it in the live stream that I did with Emily on I think it was Friday night. I had to go and see the diabetic doctor, and the first question she asked me is, well, if you really have to drink coffee, can you cut down to decaffeinated? I looked at her. I said, did you want to keep me out of jail? And she kind of looked at me puzzled. I said, if I have to drink coffee with no caffeine whatsoever all day long, somebody's going to end up getting killed, because I will go berserk if it's not myself. She goes, good point. Stick to the caffeine for now. I'm like, yeah, good choice. And then I said to her, I said, okay, well, the other thing we need to talk about is whether I'm allowed to have cookies. She goes, do you bake? I said, yes, I do. She goes, okay, I'm going to tell you what. I will allow you to have one cookie. And I looked at her. She goes, I'd rather you bake and make the cookies that I trust that you're not going to put 1.5 tons of sugar in it. I said, no, I usually take whatever the recipe is and I'll cut it down to half of the amount of sweets or the sugar that it calls for. She goes, and that's the reason why I asked if you baked. Because she goes, even if you get the cookies that are made with no sugar, let's say they're sugar-free, it's going to still have the same amount of sugar in it. But other than that, I am doing good. She's happy with what I've done. I've lost 25 pounds so far. Doesn't seem like a big deal, but when you're a big girl, 25 pounds is 25 pounds. So I'm happy with that. So it did end up getting a little wonky there towards the end, and it's not basically a perfect circle. All right, so there's your, like I said, it's not 100% perfect, but at least it's some kind of decoration on it. I don't know if I want to put it anyplace else though. This. Yeah, let's test this out one more time and see if there's any place. See, there we go. And it doesn't really wobble, which I like. Cool. It's a nice addition. Stupidity, but all good. So this one is going to stay down here. And the other one I'm going to bring upstairs to my room, because I need one for upstairs, hence the reason why I've got two of them, see? And that way it stays. There we go. Okay. There we go. And there's my nice, beautiful phone stand. And of course, I mean, if you don't like it in the front, you can always adjust where you want. Oh, Lise, by the way, okay, you asked me to make you one, but does your charger go through the bottom of the phone? Is your charger like this? Is it at the bottom of your phone? Because that's very important to know, because that way I know where to make the opening if it's the same as mine. And the just so unfortunate got all over the place, but all right. So if I wasn't talking and making a mess at the same time, this would literally take you 5 minutes to do. So don't be fooled with the 1 hour that it's taken me to make, because literally all the videos that I watched, 2-3 minutes. No, Mike, some of them have the charger on the side. Some of them have it at the top, like on my the other one that I have, the iPad. My iPad, the charger's on the side. The iPhones, I believe, yeah, they might be at the bottom too, but I can't assume. Lise, do you want them both in purple? And is your charger at the bottom? And by the way, this was not meant to sell. Lise just suggested I sell them. So I wasn't intending on selling them, but if anybody does want one, it's $1 plus shipping. I just have to get some more bottles. So go knock on my neighbor's door. Hey, do you have any used Pepsi bottles or soda bottles or anything like that? They'll probably laugh at their heads off at me. Recycling. Yeah, see, Carrie says hers is on the side. My other son's charger, or my other phone that's still new, it's a year old, that I had to change, the charger was on the side. So I can't assume that all of them are going to be at the bottom. Because if it's at the side, you don't need that hole down here at all. It's going to be plugged in on the side. So please let me know if the charger is at the bottom or if it's on the side of your phone. And if you want both of them in purple. So I'm just going to move this out of the way and let me show you what I ended up purchasing yesterday. So I originally went to another scrapbooking store that's also close to my house, and I had bought the new tonic dies. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. And right now the spine, okay, the spine might still be in its bag. Give me a second, let me check. Yeah, the spine was in the bag. Okay, so you know all the different mini albums that I've been putting together? All of those I've been basically cutting them by hand. But Tonic has come out with a system where if you use their dies, it automatically makes the mini album for you. The key difference is that you have to double everything up. So you're not using chipboard, you're using 110-pound cardstock. If you do want to use chipboard, I haven't tested my Big Shot or my Sizzix to see how thick of a chipboard piece will go through on these dies, but I can't see it going very thick at all. But this is what it's called. It is Memory Book Maker Base Creator Die Set. The original one that I had gotten, because there's two of them, the one that I had gotten originally, which the lady in the store had made a mistake with, is she had given me the 2119E, which the 2119E is to make the base pages. It's like a die set. But the die set is way too big for the Big Shot. It's not 8x9. So I called Sherry up, who owns the Papers Crafters, and I said, look, I bought the set that's the wrong size. I can't use it because I don't have $300 to go buy a Gemini machine. So she says, well, bring the set back in, and I have one of my personal ones that I've been using, but I haven't opened it yet. You can come in and exchange it for the smaller set. And I said, great. So I went in there yesterday, and I brought the other ones back, and this is the one she sent me, or she gave me. And if I could figure out how to open it, because I got it out of the package yesterday. There. Okay. So basically, this is what it looks like. So the album itself will be like this. Just gonna, there we go. So that's what it looks like. And there's quite a number of videos, but the intention here is it's made with the hinge system or without. But the beauty of the book is, can you see how it has the different sizes of the die, so that when you do the overlap on the frames, it comes out to different colors. And I am so excited to try it with. So you get the set. Now, don't be fooled. It is quite expensive, but you get the set to do all the base pages. And they also came out with one that does the base spine with 3 hinges. And there is a way of adjusting it, but you kind of have to understand the math and figuring it out. And you just have to adjust the way it is. So sometime, maybe next week or the week after, I'm going to sit and I'm going to play with these, because I also want to get this one, this album here, the one that's got the half moon on the corner. So I'm trying to get my hands on that set. Yeah, that's going to be the next thing. So this is one of the things that I bought yesterday. I did the exchange on this one. I also went and got the other paper pad for the Dreamlands, because I had gotten only the base papers. I hadn't gotten the, okay, what's causing this? It's not going back in. Just give me a second. Oh, I see where it is. All right, there we go. Okay. So I also went and got more of the art paper. So I got a sheet in brown and a sheet in black. And the company is called Fabrino. It's Fabrino. Amazon sells it. It is 20 by 24. And I paid $2.99 for it. So that pretty much will do the whole cover without you having to piece together 12 by 12 papers. And the brown is 120 pound. The black is 100 pound. So it's definitely worth it. So remember when I was doing the 12 by 12, I went and got the sheets of the thing, and I also went and got another roll of the double-sided tape. And the name, it's Tonic. It's T here. Actually, hold on a second, Vanessa. I've got it saved in my Amazon. Let me link it in chat. So at least then you can get the name, not specifically the one that I have. I think I put it in chat. Give me a second. Did I save it? Yes, I did. Okay, it says now it's currently unavailable, so you'll have to search for it. All right, let me look on the US site, because the Canadian site is no longer available. All right, here it is. All right, so the one that you want to get, okay, so that one is the tonic, that one's the base. Whoops. Okay, so that one is the base. So it would be this piece here, would be the actual pages. You do not have to get the spine. You don't have to buy this piece, because this piece here will do it without the spine. If you want to make it a hinge system so that you put two papers together and you have the middle piece to put the your mat or anything like that, then you're going to need to do it as a hinge system, and you're going to need the spine. Okay, thanks, Lee. So I'll make you two of them. Do you want both of them in purple? So those are it. Now, they have a whole bunch of them. There is going to be one more that they just released in Creative Vision 2020 that is like a D album. It's a square. I think it looks like it's an 8x8 with the corner on each side. That's the next one I'm going to take a look and see if it'll go through my Big Shot, because if it doesn't, I may, hopefully they'll come out with a smaller version that's like 6x8 that'll go through the Big Shot. That's unimportant. Okay. And then I ended up getting the Dreamland, but not the busy paper, because the original one that I had gotten was this one. So this is the one that I had gotten that had all the different busy papers. I realized afterwards that I needed to have something that was muted and a little bit quieter. So for when I want to do the overlaps and the flips, I needed something that was a little bit lighter. I'm not going to open it just yet. I'll open it when I'm doing the actual album. So that will be a continuation sometime next week on the 12 by 12. The other thing too is I have an announcement that I am meeting with Carol from Class Act tomorrow, and we're going to be discussing putting some kits together for people to purchase, and I will actually be teaching the class from scratch. So in other words, for example, on that, this one here, on this album here, okay, the one that I showed, that Snow in the City, I'm going to be teaching this for everybody that purchased the kits, and only the people that purchase the kits. I will be teaching them from start to finish how to make this book. I'll give you a supply list. You'll get all the pieces that you're going to need. It's going to all be pre-cut. You're going to get the magnets, all the hardware that's needed, and we're going to go step by step, and it'll be So for example, if the kit is available next week to purchase, you'll have up to 2 months, depending on the area that you're in, for you to purchase the kit, and then I'll be teaching the class. So we are now the end of February, probably the class itself, giving people enough time to purchase the kit for us to get the supplies, send it out to you, and have everybody ready. We're looking at about the end of April. Maybe sooner, but my goal is the end of April. But that doesn't mean that you order the kit at the end of April. Your kit, you have to order it at least now, so that, because it takes about 3 weeks, 4 weeks for us to get the kits all in, the papers and all in, get them all cut up, make the envelopes or the boxes and things like that for us to send them to you, and then for you to get them in time for me to be teaching the class. Okay, so looking in this other bag to see what else I bought. Okay, that's my fussy cutting scissors. All right, so I'm gonna put that there. Now, so the other thing I did is, like I said, I went to the same place that I bought my beads, and this is what I found. Give me a second. I've never seen them, and I don't know this company. I don't know yet, Vanessa. I don't know. If it's anything like the one that I did, it is going to be in the $100 mark, but that's because the papers themselves are, if we use 2 paper packs, the papers themselves right off the bat is $50. Give or take Canadian money. US money, it's going to be less. So if I say 125, it's going to be slightly less for you guys because it's 35% off. So probably in about the $100 mark. But then that also includes me teaching you step by step with everybody in the class. And it's going to be very small classes because I can only do up to 5 people or 4 people in StreamYard, plus myself and Emily answering questions. And it's going to be small classes. So we're going to teach up to 4 people that wants to learn, that have purchased the kits. So I ended up finding this. And I'm just going to put this back in here before it gets lost. All right, thanks, Lise. I got that. So it is measures, and I bought this blindly without even checking the measurement. It is 9 1/4 by 9 1/4, but it is a ring binder. But look at this beauty, guys. It is thick, 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 thick white paper. And I think, I don't know, I didn't check how many pages are in there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this one has 16 pages. And it's thick watercolor paper. Like you can see, it's almost chipboard quality. It's thick. And it has a nice section in here. And it's made by, actually, I can't read the name of this one. Might be able to read the name on this one. A second. Okay, so it's the name of that company, and it's a 17 ring. I'm not sure what that says. I think it's in French. No, it might be German or Swedish. But it looks like it might be an IKEA product. I'm not sure. If anybody knows the name of this company, It is semicolon. Semicolon is the name of the company. It is photo guestbook, notebook, diary. It is acid free, 17 ring. So, and I have 3 of them. I have the bright yellow, which I was thinking if I have any scraps left over of the Dreamland, I'm going to use it to make a small journal for this one. So I ended up with a dark pink, a light pink, and a yellow. And I ended up with a pack of the paper to match the yellow album and black to match the dark red. And that's basically what they had. And I also ended up buying this beautiful yummy paper, or actually it's fabric. It looks like it was a sample of some kind. So it's kind of like a little sheer, but I fell in love with it, and I figured these would make beautiful journal binds or journal something, whatever Emily was calling them, for your junk journals. So I just have to iron them out, get all this paper off of them, and then sew them together with the elastic and the buttons. And I'm still on the hunt for a couple of more bags of buttons. See how this stuff here, it's going to all come, from what I've been told, it should all come off once you iron it. We'll see if that works or not. But the whole pot, the whole thing for all these, $3. Good. So definitely worth it. And it's got all the different colors in it, which I loved. And that's basically about it. I ended up getting a few other things, but not really for, oh, I ended up getting that. Steph, can you bring me the dream catchers? I hung them back up again. So I did, somebody had asked me when I posted it in Lizzie's group the other day if I would make more and show it on a tutorial. Oh, sorry, Steph. I didn't realize you were upstairs.
It's okay. I just went back up on my ice cream.
All right. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Okay. So I had made the Dream Cut. Yeah. Tonic Studios is what the name of those die sets are. So I had made these because my next project, I was fooling around with it, and I had looked up boho to do that other paper that I showed last week, and I wanted to do a dream catcher for the front cover, and I spotted a lady that had made these in one of her streams, and I fell in love with them. So I was fooling around. This one's made with wire, so you can see it's a little wonky. It's not exactly a perfect circle. And then I went hunting in my jewelry box, and I found this one. So this is an actual bangle. So it's like this. This is how it started with these. So at the reuse store yesterday, I picked up a whole bunch of them. The only thing that I have to do now, and I even bought the, when I went to one of the other stores to pick up the art paper, they had these, which is like little strips of canvas, which I can use to wrap around here to make it. The only thing that I do now have to buy is I got to get some more feathers. I didn't make it to the dollar store yesterday to get some decent feathers, that because these ones are really cheap ones. They were the dollar store ones, which basically fell apart as I tried to put them into the bead hole. So I want to go and I want to get the actual little bit bigger beads and the colorful feathers. Hey, Emily. So, and then I found 2 big ones, which these I'm going to turn into the same thing. I'm going to turn into the bigger ones of the dream catchers that you can either use on your wall or you can put it on a photo album the way I'm going to be using these ones. So Emily, look, look, look. I'll show you my ghetto. See, look at my ghetto. My ghetto faux stand. So it has the charger on the bottom. It's got the little beads that I put around the CD. And there we go. I don't have to go buy another charger. Whenever I do stuff like this, I jimmy rig. So basically I'm jimmy rigging everything. Making stuff out of nothing. Stuff that I would have thrown in the garbage. Now I don't have to go spend 20 bucks on a phone charger. So that's the haul that I got from yesterday. So any questions? Anybody want to talk about anything specific? Because I know Stacy's going to be coming on fairly soon. She's got an auction happening tonight. She did the Artist Foundation auction last night. And so tonight will be her own personal auction. And I believe it starts at 6 Central. No, 5 Central, 6 Eastern. So, oh, Emily, look. I changed the original ones and bought the smaller set to make the die set, to make these, the tonic photo albums. Oh, upside down. So it looks like that. So you can make the different photo frames and everything on the whole set. Yes, you taught me well. But I mean, I've always tinkered with jimmy rigging anything that, you know, if I don't have it in the house, then I'll just see what things I could, like, you know, when I was looking at videos, my first photo stand was out of paper clips. I saw somebody do it, and they showed a variation of this. So I ended up putting 4 or 5 of them together, the small to big, with some elastic and stuff. And it worked for a while my phone was holding a charge, that I could actually not worry about not having it on a charge for hours on end. Now, unfortunately, I have to keep it charged while I'm live streaming. Otherwise, it goes dead. And it's done that to me and Emily a couple of times now. Sorry. Just realized the phone wasn't charging. So is it charging now? Yes, it is. There we go. So hence the reason I did that. One purple. Oh, you're going to really make me work for this, Lise. Okay, it's going to be a bit more. All right, let me write this down. Jeez, you're really making me work for it. All right, where's I need a pad or a paper. Craft lunch. Casper, stop knocking things down. And by the way, like I said, I had no intention of selling this. Lise just asked to buy it. But yeah, if anybody wants it, I can make more. I just got to drink more pop to make more. Or I'll try Mike's idea with the tea bottles. Okay, so what do you want? Okay, so number 1, you want purple top, white or black base. White or black base, and 2 yards of bead. Do you want the beads on the CD, Lise, or do you want me to just send you the 2 yards of the beads? That's funny, Emily. So I'll add this to your. I'll message you after the stream. And before I go, does anybody else want one of these jimmy rigged things while I'm at it? Might as well figure out if anybody else wants it so that I can make up a few with the bottles. All right, that's got to be put in there. Yeah, she is starting, from what I saw. Actually, hold on a minute. Oh, she might have started early. I may have gotten the times wrong. So she may have already started. Okay, so we're not going to be that much longer. So I was right. I'm glad I went to a little bit early today. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for stopping by. I hope you try my idea. And if you like this really a lot, leave a comment below. like this video and share it out to your friends. If you do want to happen to order one, my information is in the comments below. So just click on that link. And as usual, both Emily and I will be more than happy to answer any question or take any pre-orders. And if you want to learn something, let us know. We have ideas coming up, and like I said, with the appointment that I have with Class Act tomorrow, I should be able to get you more details and things like that on the kits that are upcoming. Take care and have a wonderful rest of the weekend, guys. Bye.